Owner, steward, kit man, manager, player,
scout,
everything.
Yeah.
Non-league legend now as well. New non-league legend.
So one of our supporters turned around and said, "Leave him alone." And I just shouted back, "Off." Like, on the way back today, I'm going to be phoning a player and telling him to off. We're 1-0 down. Second half, they've got a ref it, and he played 28 minutes and just blew the whistle. Said that'll do. We played Alty last night, and both teams, it was like a diving competition. No one knows this, right? This is the first time I said it.
Right, Jordan, welcome back.
How we doing?
All right.
Bit early, innit?
It is a bit early. We've had an early start, haven't we?
Too early for me, this.
I had to ring you. You kept saying, ring me at 7 a.m. when you get up. Ring me at 7
I don't get up at that time.
I've been up an hour and a half.
I know, mad.
So you never answered anyway, so...
I was still asleep. I was
You
gone.
will still
Yeah.
pulling your pud in bed.
Where have you been this week?
I was down at the Belfry yesterday, playing a bit of golf before a meeting.
What, shoot? Shit.
No, well, we only played 14 holes,
Why?
just because of time.
Oh, right.
Just we could only jump on for like 2 or 3 hours. So I played 14 holes, 8 over.
Not
So
bad,
not
that
too
for you?
bad. Yeah,
Not bad.
especially in the soggy wet. So, what about you? How's your week been?
Saturday called off, so the ref has come on the pitch and he said, "There's a few bits I'm not happy with." So he said, "If you what I'll do, if you put some sand down, it'll sort it out." So the groundsman said, "I'm not putting sand down, it'll fuck the pitch for the rest of the season." He said, "Put some sand down, game's on." Put some sand down. He went over to the sand, bounced the ball, and it just went. He went, "It's off."
Oh no!
So it took him an hour. So the game got called off at 20-3. Like, we was all ready, waiting to go out.
All the fans in the ground as well.
All the fans are there. Yeah, they've all got pints, burgers. So our chairman's
That's just your players.
our chairman's losing his mind. Like, he's got a full room of like sponsors in there, ready to go. Pitch is sound. We looked at Berry's pitch after. Fuck me, it's a shambles how ours went on. It was sound. So what happens then? All lads go into snooker club. 12 pints, few games of snooker, and we got ran last night because of that. That's why I couldn't go watch these boys. So just a shit week all around. Yeah, just rough Sunday, get ran Tuesday, and I couldn't even go watch Alty versus this lad's team. So
Flipping heck. Well, eventful week. But before we start, massive thank you again to Bet365 for sponsoring the pod. Makes this all happen.
yeah, I took 60 quid off Maynard actually on Saturday at snooker.
Did you?
Yeah, Lois Maynard thinks he's good, but he's crap.
Well,
took all
I
his
don't want
money.
to bring it back up, but you still owe me 90 quid
Oh, yeah.
when I thrash you
Yeah.
up in Newcastle.
Shit.
Jordan thought he was good at pool until I schooled him.
90 quid's worth though. You know, you're going double a quid thinking, I've got to win one.
Didn't win.
Didn't win one. I was steaming though. Don't count.
And I'm brilliant. That's right, pal. Do you want to introduce the guest?
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
How'd you do it? Owner, steward, kit man, manager, player,
Scout.
everything.
Yeah.
Non-league legend
Comedian.
now as well. New non-league legend, comedian.
Model.
Yeah. Sponsored athlete by Capo. And that is Marc White. How are we?
Yeah, good boys.
Nice to see you, pal.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good to see you both.
Yeah.
This is like down to earth. We like that.
Yeah, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
Nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Always a happy face, aren't you? I remember meeting you at Dorking. You're just happy, smiley character. Until it starts.
So you've played against him, haven't you?
Yeah, I played against him. 2-0 up. Their centre half stood on the ball after 5 minutes. Who was that? The older
Tony Craig.
Yeah, Tony Craig. He's a very good player, but he's gone to kick it with his left.
Yeah.
Toed it with his right in front of our lad.
Sounds a good player.
As soon as we scored, I just looked over at you. I thought, oh no, he's going to go mad here. But yeah, we went 2-0 up and he beat us 3-2.
Oh well, there's your bet 365 2-0 up thing.
Yeah, well, you would have won your bet, but we got beat. And
I was up in the stand. Suspended. But it was one of those where it weren't a stadium banner, it was like a touchline. So I'm at the back of the stand. And you're 2-0 down. But I think if we win this game, we're going to stay up. I think we needed like 3-4 points to stay up. So I thought, you're not allowed to shout or coach. And I thought, nah, fuck this. I'm going to have to take a risk here. Because it's like, sometimes you've got to weigh up the consequence.
Yeah.
I was screaming so much at our right winger at 2-0 down on that side of the pitch to one of our supporters turned around and said, fucking leave him alone. And I just shouted back, fuck off.
You're picking on him.
Yeah, basically I'm picking on him. And as it goes, he's set up the 2 goals.
Absolutely skinned Eddie Jones at left back. And
Did he?
Yeah.
And you end up coming back and winning 3-2.
3-2, mate, yeah.
What league were that in?
The National
National
League
League.
last
The National
year,
League,
yeah.
it was, I could hear you from the sideline. I think, so our gaffer on the other side, Parky, he could hear you because after it he was saying, I've got him fucking shouting on from that side. He was like, it's almost better that he was at that side and your coaches were at that side because you could just manage the whole pitch, really, yeah.
So it's done you a favour being suspended. At the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
So I'm to be honest, I'm surprised you're smiling because last night were a bad result, weren't you? You played Alty again last night.
Bad, yeah.
2-0 down early on.
Yeah, I don't fucking like it there, to be fair. They get them venues over the years. Sometimes you can't even tell yourself that it's all right because sometimes you think, there's something about the place I don't like. I don't know what it is.
Everyone's lovely at that club, to be fair, but it's just...
great,
Yeah,
great people, but it's a proper home venue, innit? Like, it's all tight, it's old, like a town ground, you know what I mean? Just feels like you are the away side when you go there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you've dropped into the bottom 4. Is that
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Like, we smashed Chesterfield. I'm going to have to fucking bring back a positive. We smashed Chesterfield on the Saturday, 4-1, out of fucking nowhere, which is the sort of thing we do. Like, out of nowhere, when everyone writes us off, we'll just go and beat anybody. And we sort of pulled ourselves out of it. But there's like 3-4 points between
like 10
places.
teams. Yeah, I've seen that.
So even if you win the next game and you go, that's handy, we've won, you can't really get ahead of yourself because you lose one, you're back.
Yeah.
And so fucking... so like, we got 10 games to go, and it is. I've got to be honest, it is.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, 100%. We've never been relegated.
Touch wood.
Never.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Nah,
Never.
I fancy us. You've got a winning mentality from over the years, haven't you? So I think you'll be.
Yeah.
Well, like let's have a little like story of how it all started because I've done my research and stuff like that, but I'm interested. I know like a lot of people will be interested, and it all started because you was a Wimbledon fan, weren't you?
Yeah.
And then obviously Wimbledon folded and became became 2 teams, didn't they? Wimbledon, MK Dons.
FA let them franchise it to a different town. Fucking mental. Like people don't quite get that, right? I say it all the time. Like it's literally like Altrincham or Brighton Hove Albion and someone says, I tell you what it is, I'm going to buy them and I'm going to move them to Nottingham. Right? This is what it was.
Yeah.
And so this is what happened. The guy Winkleman said, I'm going to buy this club and will you let me move it to Milton Keynes? And the FA have gone, yeah, all right.
Yes.
And as
Which
it goes,
is crazy, isn't it?
mental, right? So you're talking destroying the communities, destroying like all these things that clubs build up for. And
So your home ground's 200 miles away.
yeah.
Basically, what it would be like, the people in Wimbledon.
Yeah. So just kiboshing the whole thing. So like, but yeah, it was, there's loads of stuff I went bore you with it all. Like, they reckon it's a little bit corrupt, might be a strong word, behind the scenes, politicians involved, favours and all that shit. But anyway, yeah, so that all went bandy.
How did you feel when Wimbledon beat them on Saturday?
Yeah,
Because that's
fucking
the first
love it.
time, weren't it?
I love it. I don't think it's the
First time
first
in
time,
ages.
but first time in a long time.
About 9 years or something.
But I love it. I fucking love it. I mean, I love it. And you can't blame the people that follow Milton Keynes because all they've done is he started the club there because I think he worked out that it was the single most area in the country that didn't have a high level EFL football team. So he worked
That
out.
belt with the FA as well, that wasn't it?
Yeah, but like,
What league did they start in?
well, because they bought the club, they just carried on where Wimbledon were. It's fucking mental.
Crazy. Like, if you ever do that now, you've got to start off.
It never happened again.
No,
It never happened again.
Lowest level.
But like, people don't get it. They're like, oh yeah, that bit Wimbledon. You're like, well, yeah, they bought a club and just moved it and just said, yeah, it ain't your club now. It's the people of Milton Keynes. So like, this is why Wimbledon, like, when they play them, they won't print their names in the programme. Nothing. They won't acknowledge them. They get a fine.
Right.
They'll get a fine for like not putting their name on the front of the programme because they're just like, we will not fucking acknowledge it. And to be fair to Milton Keynes, like they gave back the history of Wimbledon. So as it was all going on, the fighting, they said, right, well look, all right, fair enough. You can put the fact you won the FA Cup in your, you know what I mean? So kind of give them back. It's fucking mental, but Yeah, so that one went bandy, and then me and my mates we just started a team, just like kind of Sunday-esque, but on a Saturday, and it was just all about going out on a Friday night. Back then, like, remember when people went out on a Friday and a Saturday, like back in the day, you go out Friday and Saturday, fuck it.
When it weren't £10 a pint.
Yeah. Now Fridays are dead, aren't they, right?
Yeah.
Because of that. But like, so we just go out and then we just pay a fiver each, rent a pitch, and we started at step 17, like the lowest level possible. Like you can't start
What was
lower.
the standard like?
Fucking awful, awful. We like at the basic there was like sometimes you didn't get a ref. Yeah, so the rules were if you didn't have a ref, you have to ref one half each. Right after the game.
The manager or the clubs?
Yeah, so you can cheat one half and he can cheat the other.
Yeah. So we had a game. We played a team called PSV Offshore, right? Okay, yeah, straight up. We played a team and we're 1-0 down. Second half, they've got a ref it, and he played 28 minutes and just blew the whistle, said that'd do. No. He fucking did.
What?
I mean, the bloke was called Mr. fucking Maglioki, this bloke, right? I bet he's still around somewhere. If he's listening to this, he's a fucking cheat, right? and he just blew the whistle, right? And said, yeah, that's it, we're done. And so we had a massive fucking row. It was like tent fighting every week. We played in this area, and it was rough. Like, we was in Division 5, and every week was like a fight. Like
Scraps every week.
Every fucking week. Like, it was just sort of almost like ice hockey. It just let it happen, right? And which is why now, like, we don't take fucking prisoners. Do you know what I mean? Because we come all through these leagues where you had to piss around your territory and you had to sort of let them know you're there, do you know? So, but yeah, so we just started there, step 17, and then we've had so much success. It's been unbelievable, and it's hard to fucking legislate because you sort of think, well, how'd you do that then? Like, because I ain't no Adam Morning. Right, we'll come on to that. Yeah. But I've just given everything I've got to it, and we've just found a way over the years to just keep going forward. Built a couple of grounds along the way, voluntary, like dug holes, trenches, you name it, just to keep going forward.
To get to that ground where you are now is unbelievable. It's on like a nice high street. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Like, I know this might sound a bit stupid, but I didn't realise that you could just start a team at that level and just win promotion, and end up where you are. I thought
my mates tried it, Stanley and Jake, and I'm gutted they didn't get to your level because it'd just been mint, wouldn't it?
Like what a journey that is.
This is it. So we come up against all these clubs, and they're fucking big. Well, you boys know, you've been there, play for them. They're big fucking clubs, and a fan day. Like,
what do you think about like the ones in your league? Chesterfield, York. Yeah. Like, you'd have had Wrexham last year. Unbelievable.
Like, last season we was on the fucking
Stockport.
Yeah, we was on the TV at Notts County. Yeah. The world's oldest club versus the fucking Wanderers, like, you know, and Oldham Athletic, ex-Premier League team. We was on, ironically, on the TV there as well. And they're like, you know, where were they 20 years ago? And you've got them in the Premier League, literally, and we're just like getting in from a nightclub. Turning up at Division 5, just, you know, but that is honestly, and we're well liked by most people because football's a working man's sport, in it. So
people love an underdog story as well, don't they? So, how many years ago did it start?
23.
12 promotions in 23 seasons.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that is some going that in it.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard work, but
and where's the dream goal?
Well, the dream goal is to get in the Football League and complete non-league, isn't it? Like, try and complete non-league. We're in a tough fucking league at the moment. We're 1 or 2 part-time teams. We're doing 2 mornings now, but we're still part-time. Right. The idea was this year just try and sit in the league. But listen, to be fair, if the league stopped tomorrow, we'd be sort of like fucking bottom 8 somewhere, but survive. And then the idea is just try and take it full-time, get in the Football League. We know how to be successful. But then it's just, can the finances continue to enable it?
Like, how do you go full time? Because it's a massive influx of investment, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. It really is.
And lads have got to give up the jobs and all sorts. Like we talked about it before, haven't we? It's a big step.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, you know as well, like there from you boys, but it's that annoying hybrid step because you've got boys doing a few mornings, but they want another job as well.
Yeah.
And then they're sat there on a laptop and you're thinking, yeah, but I want you to only think about Dorking Wanderers because we're playing Chesterfield team on Saturday. And they're sat there fucking replying to emails and that. And it's like, I just fucking... But now, now I'm at that point where I'm just like, no, I want you to just think like me every day of the week, never think of anything else by winning Saturday. And I really see the benefit other clubs get of that. Do you know what I mean? More than ever.
Yeah. So what was your job? Like, how... Obviously, like, I know you started the football team, but what did you do as a day job?
I was just in sales and marketing in the city for years. I was on like 15 grand a year, fucking probably when I started that club and that, and I'd just go, oh shit, you know. Back then it was literally 15 grand a year salary, and I'd be going, right, well I need that rent and I need 80 quid to put towards hiring that pitch for the team. That was it. And as it's gone through the years, it's like, right, you're on 150 grand a year salary. You need that there. You need 3 grand for the wages. Then it gets and now it's fucking, now it's like £500,000 a year doing this. And, you know.
It's unbelievable that.
Yeah.
Like you've...
Yeah, but I've just devoted my life to it. That's what I've done. And
but you started off as a player as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You was playing.
Yeah, I was the one, the player manager like type thing. Just,
what position were you?
I was like a old school left winger, like left footed,
right?
Which obviously means you're a little bit notch above.
Yeah.
And I was just like a left winger, high goal scoring left winger that ended up at left back. Do you know what I mean?
And
like,
at what point did you think I'm too shit for this level?
Just when I couldn't tell other people they were shit. Like they'd be looking at me going, "No, you're fucking shit."
Yeah. How many promotions did you win then as a player?
Probably 3, 4,
brilliant,
maybe, and then. But do you know what it is? And I always talk when I talk to ex-pros and that in the game, and they, you know, and I think you'll know this, Gav, like when people hold on to thinking, I wonder, I don't want to stop playing, and they just hold on to it. But the minute they stop, they think, I don't miss it, and they think they're gonna miss it. And I've just met so many player managers that sort of try to do both, but the minute they stop playing, they go, I fucking love managing. They never look back. That was me. The minute I stopped, 1 week later, I'm like, this is brilliant. I don't miss it one bit, and now I'm doing this.
So you went literally from 1 week playing, next week I want to be manager.
Yeah. Yeah, so now I'll tell you, you're all fucking shit.
And you was allowed to say that.
Yeah, you can't tell me that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So have you had any mates along the way who it's hurt you to let them go?
Yeah, fucking...
That must be hard.
Yeah, I find it really hard anyway, even now. Like, I'm soft as fuck. Our wage bill's too high because I've got people who've got extra years on there because I'm just like, yeah, but... Because I'm so passionate about it. I'm like, nah, but yeah, he might have a broken fucking leg and he can't even walk. But don't forget, 2 years ago, like when we got promoted, he done that for us, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm soft as shit with it, to be quite frank. I'll be honest with you, like it's...
You need to be a bit more ruthless.
Yeah,
there's no sentiment in football, is there?
I'm ruthless as fuck when it comes to winning. I'll do whatever it takes. But I like when people have put a shift in for me and they've given me a bit of loyalty. I'm like proper loyal, so I don't like letting go of people. But over the years, mates, it's been tough.
Yeah, because obviously you're starting off at that level. There's a lot of lads who you just started off with who can only dream of playing at the level you're at now. So there must have been some point where you're like, you need come in my office. Like you're being let go.
Yeah, it's not fucking nice, man. It's not nice at all. But I hate it every single year when we do. I mean, when they leave the club, even now, I do this like obituary, almost like they're dead. So what I do is I do a genuine you look at our thing from last season, like the players that leave, I'll just personally type a fucking great paragraph on every single player about what they meant to me, what they meant to the club. Because I just want to make sure they understand how much I thought of them. I hate losing players.
That's good for the players, though. Like,
and it's the history as well, and at least they'll be remembered.
Yeah, exactly that. It's not nice.
You do it like Aki, don't you? Where, after 20 years, you just put thanks.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I've heard.
The open letter. That's harsh, isn't it?
It's fucking mental.
I know, maybe I need to
it's
learn
like
a bit of that.
Thought, I just can't. I ain't got the time. Just say thanks. That'll do.
Thanks for 20 years service.
So the story about your name was like your mate shouted up.
Yeah.
And you just shouted, "Fucking Wanderers will do."
Yeah.
Well, did you see the team last week? Who the other team refused to play them because their name was Munter Hunters.
Really?
Have you not seen it on the news? Have you not seen it?
No.
So there was a cup game or something, and the other team have kicked off saying, we're not playing against them because it's just, that name is not right.
What, they just made a name up, Munter Hunters?
They just made their own name up called Munter Hunters.
That's fucking brilliant. But you know, in non-league foot, we get that. I remember I'd seen a video once of where they'd had a minute of silence because the bloke's hamster had died, but they never told the other team. The officials, everyone stood there, bowed down.
No one knowing what it was for.
Apart from the home team, and knew it's the fucking centre half's hamster.
Nibbles the hamster who had died.
That's class.
Yeah. The other one was, my mate was playing against a team last week. He was like, oh, mate, we're playing against Route 1 football tomorrow. And I said, what, did he lump it? He went, no, that's the name.
They're called Route 1
Yeah,
football.
but all these teams are coming through like the lower levels now. They're just doing what you do, make it up. But
just imagine, like, it's ridiculous because imagine in 23 years' time, Munter Hunters are in League 2.
Against Route 1.
Against Route 1.
Yeah.
Imagine it happening.
Yeah.
I hope it happens.
Oh,
Fuck it.
that was crazy.
So let's just mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
So
talk about some of like your early promotions. What were the celebrations like? Because they must be a lot different to what they are now.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. It's all kept quite similar, really, over the years. It was just sort of going out partying the whole time, really celebrating. I think that's half the bug, really. To be honest with you, I think people underestimate, like clubs. Clubs underestimate, don't they? Like when they turn around and go, oh, yeah, we've won the league and you've got a little bonus. But I think them clubs that take the players to Vegas, Marbella, and they have that sort of, when you really inject that sort of, if you win, this is how good it feels and this is how we celebrate. I think that can really self-promote success, and we've always done that pretty well. It's just like all the Marbellas and, you know, just all that.
Is that where
sort
you
of
used
stuff.
to go then, is it?
Yeah, all the time, every year.
class.
Yeah, with the boys, with the team. Do you know what I mean? Every single year.
We're not allowed to book.
Have I never bumped into you over there?
Probably a few times. Yeah, probably a few times.
Yeah.
But you know, but that's the thing. And then it's just like, yeah,
I suppose it is that enjoyment though, isn't it? Because
yeah,
if you do win something, you don't really celebrate as a team. You don't then look forward to it again and enjoy.
Exactly.
You know, like get that bug of that feeling.
Exactly that. So I still now we'll try and we've got Rochdale a few months, you know, and I'll earmark that and think, right, if we're safe in the league, that'd be a Manchester night out, that one. And we'll go and get every fucking table going, and we'll stay in a nice hotel, and we'll go back next day. And you know what I mean? 'Cause I think you have to do that. It's underestimated. Maybe it's a bit old school, but some people still do it. But it's underestimated the impact of that in terms of what people think, and especially when they're trying to negotiate with players, and you know someone's getting tapped up and he's getting offered all this. You think, nah, I don't want to leave Dorking because Dorking looks after me. Dorking's a fucking great place. Ain't no money going to give me what I get out of Dorking, and that's what we're trying to create.
And you can't. So if I meet you on a Tuesday night, for the first time at training, and then I go out with you on a Saturday, pissed up. We've got a miles better bond then, haven't we?
Well, the following Tuesday we're best mates, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you're saying, why was you doing that Saturday? You was whatever.
Yeah.
It's just miles better. 100% you've got to do it. I think we have a 3 or 4 pint rule now at Ratcliffe where it's, if you just go before that, you're getting fined.
You have to have 3 or 4 pints.
Yeah. As long as you're not driving.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, don't drink and drive.
Yeah. So
Spill it.
Yeah. So what's been your favourite time then? Would you say over the last few years? Is there a pinnacle moment where it went from just a bit of a laugh with your mates to actually, do you know what? Like we could go some places here.
Not really. There weren't ever a point I thought about it. I was just always looking at how we could off the field build up the infrastructure to compete at the next level, and then when we was in that level, just thought, how can we win this league? It was just trying to keep that winning mentality going. Really, it was just like,
how did you get your first ground though? Like how do you do that?
Well, it's a great question. Yeah, like we was at the council pitch, and the council were like, the next rule was you have to build genuinely, you have to have one concrete path. That was a rule. To compete in the next league, you need a concrete path. You can't be on a field anymore.
Why?
So
a concrete path from where? Or just around the ground so you can walk?
Yeah, but just even one side though.
Right.
So they were like, well, you can't do anything here. So we had to move from the council fields, and I met a bloke And so we looked around Dorking where we live and for some grass, if you like, and met a bloke. And I said, listen, it's a sports field, but it hadn't been used in like no years at all. Had no water, no power. He let me in. He goes, look, it's all overgrown. And he goes, look, you can have it. He goes, like, if you can, but no one's ever wanted it because there ain't no power, ain't no water. And we had about 6 months to build a ground, like, and it had fuck all.
No changing rooms,
nothing. But they had an old timber building that was burnt to the floor. Some tramps had been living in it. So we spent the whole summer.
He's now the kit man.
yeah, exactly, yeah. We spent the whole summer digging trenches, laying water pipes, getting power in there. Like all the players' birds and that, fixing up the changing rooms.
Where did you get the money for that?
Well, local sponsors chipped in, helped us out. I was putting in money. So that particular ground, our first ever game, it's called West Dumble. It's almost like a spiritual home, that one, to be fair, because that's where we just had to graft to be able to exist. Because a lot of teams like Route 1 and all that, right, they end up packing it in because they just cannot get the infrastructure. Yeah. They can't get it. It's so much involved. But that ground, our first ever game at that ground, we had a rope round the pitch, we had our one concrete path, changing rooms, and the attendance was 32. Right? 32 people. This
all that work for 32.
Right? Because that was the level you had to have it. You couldn't compete, yeah? But the week we left that ground, right? The week we left it, we had a top of the table game on the Saturday, winner takes all. Then we went in the playoffs on the Tuesday, and then the playoff final the Saturday. And we had over 7,500 people go through the ground the week we left it.
Wow.
That ground. Yeah, that's how much success we had at that venue.
And you obviously, during that time, you're building stands.
Correct.
You're building like
floodlights.
Yeah, because you got to have floodlights when you get to a certain level, aren't you? And
we had to
I don't think you can compete in the FA Cup.
Correct.
Can you without
you have to have lights. You have to have lights, yeah. So at that ground, every year it's like, right, you need lights now. Now you need 4 concrete paths. Now you need a 50-seater stand, 100-seater stand, T-bar, 2 changing rooms. It is literally just bolt on every single year. We've still got it now. In the National League, we're like, right, last year we had to spend £500,000 on building our ground up. So the big challenge for us is kind of like off the field as well as on the field.
£500,000.
Have you been to their ground?
No.
I can't believe it. Like, from where you were, that ground's class.
But that's not the same pitch, though, is it?
So
you had to move from there again.
We had to move from where we were with this one we built up, West Dumble.
Did you sell that?
No, because it was just, it's owned by Fields in Trust, like a charity.
Right, okay.
But it was, it's in a real beauty spot, so we couldn't really do anything more there than what we had, grass pitch. And then we just got lucky because there was a site in Dorking, it was run down, and then we built another ground with the help of the local council where we are now. So we've just
how many seater stadium now is it?
I don't know, maybe 750 or something seats, but it holds 4,500. But you can't see fuck all if you're in there. It's like there's loads of work needed. There's a lot of flat standing, and we're way behind it. But
the atmosphere is good, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you got some fans that have been there the whole journey?
Not the whole journey. At one point we had no fans. The only fans we'd have, like, if one of the boys nicked a bird on a Friday, and then she'd end up watching the game like she gives a fuck on the Saturday. That'd be it, literally.
Still the makeup on from that.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, honestly. So, but we had no supporters. We had none. 0. Fuck all. Like, and so it's mental now. We go all over the country, and because people love the fact that we've sort of the working class underdog thing. Like people all to you last night, and then you get 100 local people come and go, I fucking love that Dorking. Do you know what I mean? So we got this kind of really big following. Do you know what I mean? And we have got a good atmosphere where we are now. It's all the kids in the shirts, and it's fucking mental, to be honest.
I couldn't believe it when I went.
Yeah, because obviously the only similar one I can relate to is obviously the Salford journey.
Yeah.
But they've come through. I don't know how many leagues they've come through now. 4 or 5, or some 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah, it's not 12.
You've come through.
Yeah,
you come through double.
Do you remember what we were saying? So we was going to teams, but at a much higher level than you was, and we was like, "What the fuck is this?" Do you know what I mean? Like Linny was. Remember at Prescott that time? Linny was saying, "Fucking get me out of here!" Like he'd just come from like the league, and he was playing at Prescott. He was going, "I can't keep playing here," but you've been to 10 times worse ground.
Oh, mate. So
yeah, but
bad.
but you'd have players different. He'd have players coming up with him, so they were going to these better grounds thinking, wow, look at this. Whereas Salford were bringing in players from higher and going to shitter grounds, and they're like, what the fuck is this?
We've got like, in our squad at any one time, we've got boys that have been there 6, 7, 8 years.
Right.
But now we've got boys that have been there 6, 7, 8 years.
So you've got a good nucleus of...
Yeah. I mean, that's a key to building successful teams, even in the big grown-up football, if you like, the Uniteds, Liverpool's back in the day, Man City now, they just keep the nucleus and just bolt on, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's why these teams like your Chelsea's and that just
mental,
cause they ain't got a nucleus. So they're just churning millions of pounds trying to be good, but it don't work. It's a sustained period of team building, isn't it?
Yeah.
To get that real team that can storm like Fergie had, where he'd just be bolting on odd players, but he'd have his boys, do you know what I mean? So we're trying to do the same.
And I was just going to say, is that what you've tried to do then? Just keep the same nucleus of players and because I bet the atmosphere and the lads love it. Surely,
they love it, and then
must be different to everything that they've had before.
Yeah, it is, and they can't dispute a thing because the bloke that's running it, the bloke that's asking them to run through brick walls, has dug fucking trenches for the club. So there's just no. On the way back today, I'm going to be phoning a player and telling him to fuck off because he's fucked me off, and they can't answer back because I've done everything there is to do, and I do it for fuck all. I'm the opposite. I put money in, I invest money for the club to be successful. So it's a hard knock school. No one gets away with fuck all.
So who was the first player that you paid with your own sort of money?
Yeah. I think it was a boy called Smithy, the striker. You know how it goes. So back at that level, you'll be like, right, I'll give you 25 quid, 50 quid. But don't tell
anyone.
Yeah. That's like Seds at Salford. That. We'll give you double anyone else, but don't fucking tell them.
Don't say anything, yeah.
But he told us.
I've been in the dressing room going, I'm on double what you are.
Yeah. So that's it, yeah. And then it just... Because I think in football, like, it's an easy old game, innit? Like, if you've got the teams that win the league have the boys that score the most goals, that is how it is. The goalie, the centre-half, the basics of football... No matter how many things.
Did you have to get to a point where you were going poaching other players? Because at that level, you put 7 days in, don't you? Like, was you going watching other games and right, we need to get that striker in, bring him into our team? That.
Yeah, basically that. It was relatively easy back then, really. Do you know what I mean? Because you'd be able to sort of spot them. It was just a 7-day approach. They weren't on contract. It was easy just to get them. Do you know what I mean? But obviously now it's different. You've got to be, as you know better than anyone, you've got to be 18 steps ahead of the game because everyone's at it.
Yeah, it's weird to think that you've come from basically what was like a Sunday league side, but on a Saturday, to now dealing with agents, dealing with wages that you would never ever dream about paying at one stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's mental. We've got boys that have dropped down the leagues like Tony Craig, ex-Millwall captain, and Barry Fuller, and he's still playing. He's 40 years old. And,
if his tackle was in the Prem, probably would have got a red, wouldn't it?
Oh, did you see that?
But it's a fucking belting tackle. It's perfect.
Every real man in the world says, what a great fucking tackle. Yeah. So he's a great player. Barry won it. He's a great player. And to be fair, he took it like a man and all. He got up. Yeah. But he's a great player. He just showed him the ball. This is at Saturday, Chesterfield. Yeah. First 5-6 minutes, the old one. He's a fullback. He's a good winger. He's shown him the ball, and he's thought, I'm gonna fucking put you up in the area, son. And he smashed him. Ball player. He's fucking. Someone took a steal.
It's like, so as he's running, he's stopped and he's come back to get the ball.
Yeah.
And the ball and the man's there, and he's just gone bang.
He's about 5 foot in the air, but it's and then obviously what you get is all the fucking fanny department online that start going, God, I tell you what, that's a coward's challenge, that is. No, ain't you fucking moron. That Berry, all game long, thought about everything he'd done. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how football works.
Yeah, you've got to get one over. If he's there and he's give you a chance to smash him, you have to.
But like that used to be a rule. Yeah. Like 20 years ago. Right, first 10 minutes, stick one on him. Yeah. Whether it was like a defender who was marking you, or a defender against an attacker, or if you had
you got chance, you had to.
Yeah, if their best player was a winger, like, right, first 5 minutes, anybody has chance to nail him, you do it.
If you get chance, if anybody gets the chance, not just go and smash him, not just go and kill him, but if you get the chance, you've got to do it.
The Fuller one was exactly that. When you watch it back, he's literally just giving him the best opportunity to smash him ever. And with fair to Berry, he looked a bit, thought, fuck me, I've been hit by a bus there. And he just got up and walked off.
Yeah, he had to, really. Perfect tackle. But in the Prem, that's going VAR for 5 minutes, and then it's probably getting sent off.
100%. What's have you got any memorable nights out that you can remember after a promotion? Is there one promotion that sticks in your mind?
It's all a blur.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, a lot of that is. Do you know what I mean? Like all the nights out, we used to just go and spend loads of money celebrating. Do you know what I mean? So they're all sort of 10 to a penny, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing too bad. No sort of like massively bad. All the average stuff you'd expect with a bunch of lads going around Europe and that, Ibiza and all of that. And do you know what I mean? Celebrating success. But yeah.
But there must be a point where you think, right, okay, this is serious now. Like we're moving up to a real serious level. Was that like Conference South, or is that when you've jumped into the National League?
Yeah, last couple of years, I guess you look at it and it does become annoyingly. It can be a bit boring. These other teams turn up and it's just, you look at them and just think, "Fuck me, you're so boring." Like, you look at the players.
How do you find the other managers?
Boring.
Because none of them are like you, are they?
Yeah,
no other managers like you.
But they're out there fending for their lives, these gaffers, aren't they? Like, unlike me, I'm just like, fucking, I'm in charge. But these other managers, they're out there. They're worried about the fans getting the ump, the chairman getting the ump. It's paying it's mortgage football, isn't it? That's what it is. It's like at that level, the gaffer, the players, you're paying the bills pretty much.
Well, you won't even have a manager's wage. To pay for because you, like you say, you do it for free, don't you? Yeah,
of course, yeah. I'm putting money in all the time because we have to keep doing things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So that 15 grand a year I'm giving, fucking 80 quid a month. It's now gone to me giving 30, 40 grand a month. You know, it's like it's a big gig, and fortunately we've got loads of sponsors, loads of investors in the club now. We've got a supporters share of the club, and these are just things I wanted to do that I thought were important because I wanted to make sure that, because it's sadly, and it's fucking sad, you are the custodian of a football club, aren't you? That is the bottom line. You can be the owner of all you want to be, but ultimately that club should need to be there before and after you, so you don't end up like a Maccaberry and all these teams.
It's got to be sustainable as well, isn't it? Like, would you ever get to a point where, worst scenario happened, you went down, and then struggling again? Would you sack yourself and bring in another manager?
If I was underperforming pound for pound, I would all day long. I mean, we spent, we're part-time, we're doing 2 mornings, we've won more games than anyone in the bottom half of our league. I would just measure it based on where we should be versus the resources we've got, if that makes sense. Yeah. I've got to be fair to everyone involved. But, I mean, I know I'm the best man for the job. If I'm honest with you, I've got to say that. I can't be a fucking... I can't not say what I think. I mean, that South, first year in it, we didn't sign anybody. We got in the playoffs without even being bothered. Second year, we was winning it. COVID got it called off with 5 points clear, games in hand.
I was going to ask about that. How did COVID affect you and Dorking, personally, really?
Just stopped them going up.
Stopped us going up. I was fucking fuming. It's obviously,
but that's massive implications for the club as well, isn't it? Financially as well, though.
I was fuming because it's like I was proud of that record every other year, promotions. I was like, we were top of the league. Second year in it, I'd only signed a few extra players, and 5 points clear, 2 games in hand, ended Jam, won it that year, and everyone was fit. We're beating everybody in sight. We were going to go off and win it, Radcliffe style, 15, 20s. We were off and gone. And I've won enough leagues to know when you get to that point when you're off and gone. Yeah. And then they fucking called it off. I was fuming. And what they'd done, the FA, they'd done this thing, and obviously everyone was just in a massive panic up. And even though the lottery had actually funded the league to continue, right? But out of nowhere, they put it, unbelievably, they put it to a vote of the clubs. Right?
I think we was in that at the time.
Right? Yeah. So basically, what are you going to do? So I said to him,
everyone from second, right? for who's getting relegated, I'm like, no, I'll call it off.
So anyone that basically weren't in the playoffs, just said, nah, sack this, save money, because they've got their lottery funding. And everyone near the top went, we want to carry on. I'm like, well, fucking no shit, Sherlock. So they called it off.
And
so
everyone in relegation is like, no, they call it off.
Yeah, exactly.
As
you would.
Of course you would, yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly.
And then tweeting saying, no, we didn't vote for that. We want it.
Yeah, so we got robbed. We got robbed. So anyway, so that happened. Then the year after, we had a fucking nightmare for injuries. We're winning the league. Bear in mind, so in that South, we're winning it again. Two of our best players got injured. We've lost the title. We've gone into the playoffs, and we're fucking 2-1 down. 5 seconds to play. 5 seconds there wasn't on the watch. Unbelievable. And at our place, packed. It's fucking sold out. And Barry Fuller, as it goes, fucking smashed the ball on his left. He chopped in the right fullback. He smashed it. It's only 5 seconds to play because one of their fans has thrown a flare on the pitch, literally. And the ref stopped the fucking to get it off. And he's added the time on, all sorts of like fuck knows if he's got it right. They're all whistling the opposition. Fuller's chopped the ball in, and Luke Moore's fucking followed it in the net. Fucking 5 seconds to go, equalised, right? And then we won an extra time, yeah, which I just thought at the time. I literally, as I walked off, all the crowd come on the pitch, and someone just stuck a vodka in my hand on the way off the pitch, right? Yeah, and I just kept walking to the fan zone and just got smashed. I don't think I literally just, I don't remember leaving. I just thought, thank fuck for that.
That's the best way to win it.
But it was so, I just thought in my head, we didn't deserve it, but it's so vindicated for the year before.
Yeah.
So my point is, well, I've won that.
Was that the playoff final?
Yeah, playoff final. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 seconds to go. So yeah, I've fucking been in that South 3 times, won it once, twice, whatever. So I wouldn't be bothered if we went down at all. If anything, I'll see it as a challenge to what I've learned is that you have to really get your club ready for that National League, because you're playing. My boys are turning up on a Saturday morning, having been to work on a Friday and that, and the opposition are in a hotel and having breakfast and they're doing their last bits. You're pushing water uphill. Yeah. I'm a good manager. I know how to beat teams. I've beaten so many teams in this league, but you are obviously fundamentally you can't do what you can do.
No, I used to love that.
What?
Being the underdog.
Yeah.
Like, knowing that they're fucking doing everything they can, and I've got to go to work, and I'll still turn up and beat them. That's what I used to.
Yeah, I'd hate that. I'd hate. I want the prep. Do you know what I mean? Like in a nice hotel, breakfast in the morning, prepared right.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at the bottom 4 clubs probably in your league, or the bottom 5, I bet there's all the ones who aren't full-time are down there. I bet there's nobody who's not full-time.
Well, there's only 2 part-time teams in the league now. That's it.
I would say, there's not many, is there?
No, it's the league's
He's
like,
Oxford.
Oxford are part-time, yeah.
Oxford part-time, they're bottom, they're gone, aren't they?
They look like they're gone.
And then there's you guys, so even just staying up is a right result.
We come 16th last year, only about 10 points off the playoff in our first year. Historically, the team that got promoted, Maidstone, that won the South that year, that come up with us, they got relegated straight away. Most teams end up getting relegated straight away, or they have to make massive changes.
Yeah.
It's a big old jump. So yeah, I'd have no fear about it, but I'll be honest, I'd be fucking, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be devastated because I don't don't like fucking losing.
And you want to continue that journey, don't
you?
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't want to take a step back.
Nah.
Even though it's like sometimes you take a step back and then you get into that winning mentality again because you're dropping down the league and you get that good feeling. But also as well, you've gone down the league.
Yeah, exactly that.
So you continue, don't you?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Touch.
What did you think when that guy rang you from Bunch Amateurs? Because I thought you'd have just been like, fuck off.
Yeah, no, I didn't really think anything of it. I think the club just sort of said, oh, guy's coming down just to do a bit of filming. And then Rich, the guy, a bunch of amateurs, he said to me, do you mind wearing this fucking mic? Do you know what I mean? And
just tell us what it is, because it's a bit like the Salford documentary, isn't it? It's like they've been following you for
a
just
few years
funny.
now, aren't they?
The guy does it really well, doesn't he?
He does it well, Rich. He's so talented. He's brilliant. He used to work for Sky, and he fucking hates Sky. It makes me laugh. Right? He said that they offered him fucking 30 million to take his. He'd be like, "Fuck off! I hate you."
What a liar! What a liar!
Yeah,
Sky, if you're listening, if you're offering 30 million,
yeah. Good point. If he changed his mind, but he used to work for Sky. Yeah, and he's brilliant and. Storyteller, I guess, isn't he, Rich? And,
he's got a nice voice as well.
Yeah, but he's just done. But it's like warts and all. It's warts and all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bits he don't show, would be way worse than the bits he does, and the bits he does show are fucking not ideal sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's obviously me. I'm just myself, so I'm not gonna change. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff he has to cut out. I have to edit a lot of stuff out of it, or I'll be fucking suspended and banned every day of the week.
So he does. Have you never watched it?
No, watched it.
So he'll like do the game, but then he'll just film daft stuff that's going on. So like one of your players was putting the ball outside the quadrant the other week. Whose fans was it?
Aldershot.
Aldershot. They're going mad behind it, but he's filming the fans saying, "This guy is the like like tearing their fans," and then the guy keeps going, and they're just getting angrier and angrier.
A bit like the James Maddison one. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's just honestly,
like
but the
that.
funny bits of the game, and
Yeah.
then obviously you've got him going mad at half time, and it's just class.
Like you must have seen some bust ups coming up through the ranks, if you will.
Yeah. Well, in the club or
like just with the lads in the dressing room.
loads of bust ups. But I mean, I rule with a fucking iron rod. It's like, like I'd rather, like back in the day at Wimbledon, a few of my mates were down there, and they genuinely like playing in the Prem, and then they genuinely at training would throw boxing gloves in the middle.
Yeah.
If a couple of players had the hump with each other and all stand round them and let them bash each other up.
Yeah, we used to do it.
Right, there you go.
Fleetwood. So so like Mickey Mellon, if it ever kicked off on the pitch, everybody in, gloves, and then everyone would stand around the outside and you just
Fuck that. What?
you battle it out for a minute.
Yeah, battle it out. Yeah, exactly that. So it's like, you get bust ups galore. I've had more. I think most of my bust ups with goalkeepers. To be fair, I'm not. I fucking hate goalies.
Oh really?
If I had it my way, then football wouldn't have goalies. I fucking
Just catch it.
Yeah, they just fuck me off. Like I just find like just want to do their own thing. It just fucks me off.
They're mental anyway, aren't
They're
they?
crazy, mate. Our one's a good lad at the moment. Actually, I quite like him. Actually, to be fair. And,
Who's that?
Harrison Mann's name. He's at least 12 years. Good, very young keeper. Good, small. Like fucking. 5'2". Do you know what I mean? It was either play for us or fucking stay in Panto.
Cheltenham next week.
Exactly. Yeah.
Steam Panto.
Yeah. But he's fucking brilliant. Great goalie.
What's your most memorable game?
To be honest, it's boring. It's the player final, the 5 seconds. Yeah, because I'm so fucking. I'm good in the dugout because I've done it so long.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't need anybody around me to know what decision to make when. Lots of the time, it just like almost like naturally you just know what to do at the right time.
I was just gonna say that. Do you analyse the opposition? Like, do you study them, look at the way they play, or do you just do it instinctively?
No, loads of that now. You have to do it now. Loads of analysis. We've got a great lad that does that. Coaching team will take stuff to training. Well, now we're going to play. We're going to set up. But in that fucking moment, it's like anything in life. In a game, like I think that's why England have always struggled over the years in tournaments, because no matter what prep you do, no matter who you've got, like in that fucking moment, have you got someone good enough to know what change to make or what nuance is going against you, and I just feel like I'm really, really good with that, and that's my strength in game stuff. And then, that playoff final one was just unbelievable because I'm really focused normally, and there was literally they're all whistling and the game's done, and I literally Dino, the assistant who sat in his cooler box, I looked at Dino and went, I said, mate, we're fucked. And I never ever break. I never break from character. I'm in the zone till the whistle goes. I looked at him and went, this is like the whole season's gone, innit? Do you know what I mean? I said, we're fucked. And literally turned around as he chopped the ball in. Rutherford won the header. And then the guy done the quadrant with the corner you're talking about there. He just slid in the far post, and it's fucking hysteria. You've never seen a ground explode like it in your life.
It must be a different feeling for you, not just being the manager, but the owner and bringing them through so many years.
Yeah.
It must be a different feeling.
Yeah. But it is because I think about winning every single day of the week or progressing, if you like, whether progressing is staying in the division this year, whatever. Yeah. Like I think about non-stop. It's non-stop. So therefore we win a game of football.
Do you still work or is Dorking your...
Yeah, I've got a business that takes up my time, but Dorking takes up more of my time, and I want it to. We had we got beat a week Saturday. We're fucking shit, and we got beat, and I knew we had Chesterfield coming up on the Saturday. This is just the truth, and I knew we had Chesterfield coming up, on the TV.
20 points clear.
23 points clear, and we had just fallen into relegation zone, right? And I just said to everyone around me, I'm taking a week off. And I was a football manager for a week. And I literally just put everything I had into being a normal manager.
A week off work and just went into...
Yeah, I was just a manager for a week. Just...
What did you do during that week differently then?
Differently, just everything was just, exasperated. I was just like more analysis, more detail, more one-to-ones with players. I was on the coaching field the whole time with the player, which I'm not normally these days. Went to a few games, went to watch the opposition on the Tuesday at Barnet. So I just devoted the week to being a football manager like everybody else gets the luxury of doing.
Yeah. Which is mad because then you went and beat them.
Yeah, 4-1,
and imagine if you did that every week.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I never talk about this stuff ever because I don't want to come across like making excuses. Do you know what I mean? I don't. I'm not that sort of person, but I'm pushing water uphill. But then people might go, yeah, but Mark, then, well, why don't you get another manager in then? But then we won't be as successful because it's this kind of like core culture of the club, and me dragging it forward that is our success. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I know that, and all of our supporters know that as well. So
and Dorking lose their USP a little bit.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah, exactly that. So
the poshest fans in the world. Dorking fans.
Well, some of them are. Yeah, it's a posh area. We've got.
It's like, get up, you bloody idiot. I was like, what did I say?
They throw a fucking prawn sandwich at you.
Fuck off, you posh.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got a mixture. But yeah, it's a decent area.
Belting.
Class.
Class.
You know what I mean?
Class.
I was going to ask, so are you sponsored by Capo or how do you know him?
Well, no, he's. I've known him my whole life. He's.
Have you?
Yeah. Well, not my whole life. Sorry for chatting shit. I've known him like he knows. His missus knows mine, and that's the relationship. They're the best mates. So I've known Morno, and he turned out for us.
He's
played for us. Yeah. A couple of times. Yeah.
Morno. So Adam Morning, he owns Capo now.
Yeah.
He's absolutely flying, and he's took off. We're trying to get him on the show because I was like he played at Salford with us.
He's got some stories, hasn't he?
He lived with me for 6 months. I've got a few stories about when he lived with me.
So when the documentary come out, there was like a bit where it said Salford aren't doing too well at the minute. They're doing shit. And it just showed about 4 clips of Morno playing.
That's it,
slipping.
Falling over his own feet.
I remember it, yeah.
Hitting a shot well wide. And I was like, wow, Morno, they've done you. But we won the league at an Indian. Were you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we needed Darlington to draw.
Yeah.
Anything but a win, and we'd won the league. So we all went to an Indian, had a few pints. And Warrington Town scored last minute to draw. Next thing, Gary Neville, Phil Neville,
Giggs.
Nicky Butt, Giggs, all turned up to the do. So it was a messy one, 3 bar. And I just remember at the end of the night.
Bombs everywhere.
Yeah, there was. Morno is slapping Butty on the head as hard as he can, saying, I've just got you promoted, get me some fucking boots now, Butty. You bald bastard and all this. I was
That's
like...
what you were like, Morno, you can't say that.
I was going, Morno.
I think he knew he was out the door.
He was out the door,
Yeah.
Honestly, I was looking thinking, you can't do that to Nicky Butt. He just was not asked about a thing, was he?
Mate.
I don't think he ever has been.
Yeah, but like that side then was great, and the boys running it, Bernard and Jono. Do you know what I mean? Like it's better the devil you know in it. Football sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like because some people just find a way to win, and I think they probably would have done. That they would have found a way because they're successful boys, aren't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, Morno's a great lad. He deserves all this success, but he needs to pay. It's like a sweatshop. He's got 94-year-old women on 75p an hour climbing fucking ladders, and he only feeds them once a week.
He's horrible, isn't he?
He needs to pay more money.
So have you got his Instagram? He's just abusing his staff the whole time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good place. It's a good place. He's just like he'll just film a lad walking down carrying a box. He's like, look at this fucking goon here. Shit haircut on it. The lad's just like, leave me alone. Just some young kid.
Yeah.
Belting. But
Have you had any like altercation with other managers who you've really just not got on with?
I don't like the snaky ones. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll never try and get somebody else sent off or booked. I don't like that stuff. Do you know what I mean? So if I get the snaky ones, I hear saying, I have one this season actually, and I won't say you, but he's the best mate before the game, and then he's being a bit snaky, trying to get.
Can't say that.
Someone.
Can't say that.
Booked. Trying to get someone booked. I heard him saying to the full you should be fucking booked there. And so I said to him, if I say that again, I'm gonna knock you out. I'd attempt to knock him out. Do you know what I mean?
The thoughts there.
Yeah,
definitely.
like the angry ant. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, in the main, get on really well with them because they're really good people. I sometimes feel like when we're going to new divisions and then they don't know us and they just think, who's these chances? So then you sometimes have to piss around the territory a bit more. I've had a few run-ins at Peter Taylor, the England manager.
Oh, yeah.
We get on well now, but we had
Barnet?
He
Where
was,
was he at?
fuck me, gonna say Welling, I think, in the south, but like, yeah, he was. We had a lot of running and that, and I've had a few. I think I've had 2 England managers I've had a row with now. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Who's the other one?
Pete went to fucking launch me. I loved it. I thought fucking brilliant.
What, came to fight you?
Yeah.
Taylor
On the
did?
way off at half time, fucking brilliant. I called him an old CUNT on repeat.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, for about, I don't know, what felt like 20 minutes. And he's rightfully so, because he'd wound me up about saying he's a fucking good man, by the way. Yeah. What he's achieved. I love him. And he's come and shoved me, and I thought, fair play, mate. You know what I mean? Because it sounds ridiculous, but like we've always, through the leagues, we've always had ag. So we're just like, you insult the Wanderers, mate. We'll let you know about it. And we both got sent off. Got sent off on the way off at half time.
Together.
Yeah, it's obviously not allowed to watch the game, so I went up in the bar. All my mates were in the bar, all the boys that used to play back in the day, they're all in the bar. And I think we went 2 out and they're giving me fucking Jaegers and fucking all sorts. So I went down after the games. I said, Pete, mate, sorry, I've honestly felt half cut. I'm not going to lie. And I talking to the boys going, yeah, great result, lads, great result. And one of them went, you stink of fucking booze.
Sound that,
yeah, mate. Exactly, won the game. But that's what football's about, isn't it? It's like ultimately, it's a social being, isn't it? If you can win off the back of it, even better.
Yeah, 100%. What's the ideal dream then? Because in my head, I'm thinking league football versus Wimbledon.
Yeah,
Surely that's got to be, hasn't it?
About MK.
Got to be, yeah, MK.
Or even beating MK.
Yeah, I can imagine me doing that thing where I just run into the fans and start swinging windmills. They go, look, he's lost the plot.
Last minute winner and just...
Yeah, literally that, yeah. Like over celebrating.
It's got to be the ultimate. Or like, you've never drawn him in the FA Cup or anything like that, have you?
Nah. We've been really shit in the FA Cup.
Right.
I must admit, I've been.
Which is a shame because it's a money earner, isn't it?
Oh mate, yeah, killed us this year. We got beat this year.
But when your main thing is staying in the league,
yeah,
it's tough, isn't it? The FA
Yeah, but like you went mental this year because you got beat off.
Horsham, yeah.
Yeah, Horsham, 2 leagues below.
2 leagues below. My best football mate's a manager as well.
Oh, really?
And
he's your best mate?
My best football mate, yeah.
Right.
We've managed to get each other. He's come through the leagues a little bit as well, like me. So we've been managing park leagues, and he's now at Horsham, 2 leagues below. And then I had the list fucking printed out of who's in the fucking draw. And then Rich was there recording. Bunch of amateurs. He said, do you mind if I record you, listen to the draw and talk sport? I said, yeah.
Were you fuming or
goes,
was you
Mark,
mad?
who don't you want to get? I said, I'll play anyone, but not fucking Horsham. That's what I said. You manifest it, didn't you?
Yeah, manifest.
Horsham will play, and I'm fucking sitting there going, no. Dorking Wanderers, I thought, for fuck's sake. Got beat. Players sacked it off like they were shit.
And you give it them as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to. Like, it cost me all season. Like, they went on to play Barnsley, and they got a replay out of it. They done well. They beat Sutton United. So, yeah, they... £500,000 probably out of it. Do you know what I mean? That literally will be... That'll be probably our losses this year will be about £500,000, which is normal, really normal, this level of football. But that FA Cup run, and then you get...
That's normal, £500,000 loss a year.
In the National League now, the people that run the clubs will be putting in anywhere between £3 million and £500,000 a year to exist, 100%. That's how it works.
But there'll be 10 of them.
Yeah.
to losing 50 grand. Whereas,
you know, yeah, exactly that, exactly. But I mean, this is it. It's a tough gig being a football owner. And I tell you what, it's broken many a fucking rich man. Like they buy these football league clubs and they pass all the tests on the way in, and then next minute they're like, Jesus Christ, I'm not prepared to lose my family's inheritance funding this club where the supporters, you get beat 3 games and they're stood by your motor. Do you know what I mean? That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
well,
not
I've
right,
seen Salford looking for investment now.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for like shareholders and investors and stuff like that, which is...
Yeah.
I'll put quid in, something. Tenner.
You probably won't. You'll ask for it back.
I'll give them that 90
yeah,
quid
like it's tough, innit? It's tough, and even if you get to the promised land, League Two, and like it's
even
you got to
harder.
go again. It's tough, innit?
It's just like, it's basically like playing poker. You know, you get to League Two now. I think the TV deal is trebling now. So next year they will get £2 and a bit million TV money, and they get another £1 and a bit million from the Premier League in League Two. So it's a great place to get. But then everyone just starts spending that, don't they?
Yeah.
So now if you've then got to just spend more to stay in the league. It's football is a vanity game, isn't it? In terms of, or a passion hobby.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. There's nothing in it for anybody. The odd cup run, you might hit the jackpot and get a Prem team away from home. You get in the FA Cup. I don't know if you know, you get half the gate.
Yeah.
That's how it
half
works.
each, don't you?
Half each. So if you are in the 3rd round proper and you get United, you're just like happy days, £1 million. Do you know what I mean? So it's a that's where you might make a bit.
Yeah.
But that's hard.
And
That is the dream,
Hope
innit?
United go, now you can have it all. But
Well, some of them do. It's a bit of a thing, you know. I think Arsenal done it a few years back with Sutton around our way. Some of the clubs do that. They'll say, "Now you have our bit." I think they did Arsenal because they played at Sutton. They played Sutton United, who were in National League at the time, and they Wenger it was, and they saw how shit the changing rooms were, etc. And they said, "Look, you have our bit, but get your changing rooms done." And they done up their changing rooms. Were there 50% of the gate.
Flipping heck. And then they got promoted.
Yeah.
League Two now.
Yeah,
Up
yeah.
at the bottom though, aren't
Yeah,
they?
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right, so your style of management,
yeah.
you get the players in on Christmas Day, and there's a video going round of some of the players saying, "What the fuck are we doing here on Christmas Day? Should be out or should be in the pub, whatever. What you doing?"
I think it just depends who it is. If it was,
Would you have him in though?
Nah, no.
I don't think you'd have him in Christmas Day, would you?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't. It's an old-fashioned thing. I think. Do you know what I mean? Bit of an old-fashioned thing.
Yeah.
You know, because in this day and age.
What about when you get to League Two though? What about if you're top of the National League coming up to Christmas? Are you bringing him in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because, like, you two both know, like, the conditioning now of these players. It ain't like it used to be.
Well, I was going to say to you, have you seen a big change in not just the mentality of the players? Because, like, a lot of them are a lot softer, aren't they,
Soft as
nowadays?
shit, mate.
Aren't they? They can't take a bollock. Like
Soft as shit, mate.
Yeah,
I
that
fucking
must
hate
be
it.
hard because you don't seem like a guy who's going to mince his words.
No, they're soft as shit.
But the physiques of the lads as well, though, now has changed as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean,
Like, you can't look like Jordan and play football
How'd you get bigger and get softer though? It stresses
do you know
me
what I
out.
mean? Like, yeah, but it's the thing. Like now, like back in the day in the change room, you'd have 2 blokes who look like they're modelling, and the rest would be like, "Fucking hell, he looks good." And now all these boys are fit as fuck. They don't drink half as much. You know what I mean? So the whole Christmas thing and all that. I mean, I understand if it's a bit of like analysis or whatever, big game next day, whatever. But there's ways and means of doing it. This is my personal opinion, but yeah, the players now are so soft. It's a fucking joke. Enabled by officials and the laws of the game that enables people to be soft. We played Alty last night, and both teams. It was like a fucking diving competition. It was like a fucking diving competition.
Was it that bad?
Yeah, it's fucking bollocks.
What was it sending off for? Regan Linney, weren't it?
Yeah,
Was it off the
Regan.
ball?
Him and Tony Craig off the ball having a go at each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, our bloke should have gone in the first 5 minutes. He's gone to celebrate and I think he stuck his shoulder in his face and knocked him over, you know. But for me, back in the day, I used to love the referees to just go, fucking get on with it.
Yeah, just
You know what I mean?
pack
Get
it
on
in.
with it.
Do you see the one in? There was one.
Play on!
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
one this week where a lad's trying to waste time and gone down injured, but as he's done it, he's slid off the pitch. So his other mate runs over and pulls him back on the pitch while he's down, just so the ref has to stop it.
See that? I'd just play on.
Yeah,
because that's pissed.
Yeah.
Play round him.
Honestly, it's mad.
No, it's a shame for the sport, but it's actually a shame not on a deep level, but it's actually a shame for youngsters and for people in general, because obviously football teaches you fucking life skills. It teaches you a bit of how to deal with adversity, how to roll your sleeves up, how to sort of have a winning mentality, which serves you well in any walk of life. So when I watch all these youth teams now and stuff like that, and they're run by fannies, for fannies, and
that could be the name.
Yeah, and I just think, I just think to myself, fucking what fucking I'm this is. No one knows this, right? This is the first time I said it, but I'm about to become the joint manager of Dorking Wanderers Under 7s. This is true. Because my boy's playing. I said, well, no one else is going to fucking manage him. Like, my boy fucking loves it, mate. He fucking loves it. He loves winning, right? He's got a winning mentality.
What days he play?
Huh?
Sundays. Surely must be Sundays.
No, it's Saturday mornings.
So you're going to manage his team in the morning?
100%. And I'm gonna have to have a joint manager. Well, obviously he won't be joint when I'm there. He'd be like fucking my assistant, right, grabbing me tea and shit, right, yeah. But when I'm not there and we're on away games and shit and whatever, then
how are you doing your team talk to under 7s, because you're not effing and jeffing?
Same, identical. I will. I want them.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. No, but see, like, my boy, he wants to win. He wants to score. He mug an old granny to win, right? He's only 6. He fucking gets it, right? He gets it. Yeah. And
he gets it.
But I want that because the thing for me is right, is that, like, he might be in education. He might be running a business and these are all the ways you have to think in life. How do I be better? How can I achieve more? As long as you do it in a way with integrity. But like when I play football on a Thursday night of training in my kids team, it's a good kids club. And you're like 11 years old, 10 years old, and they go and stick on the board the A team and the B team. And you go up there and go, oh, fuck, I'm in the B team Saturday. And you say to your old man, I'm in the B team. You go, well, of course you fucking are. Because you ain't working hard enough. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing this. Right? Now they don't even keep fucking score.
Oh, I know. And they won't have it A and a B team because it'll make the B team kids feel bad.
Yeah. Well, this is, you know what? You might not be fucking Ronaldo at football, but you know what? You might be really good at this, but just giving people the opportunity to understand what rejection or what working hard can achieve. That's where you get it all from. That's where I got it from. But I want them to be really good at stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm sure I've told this story, but the thing that made me a professional footballer was my last year of junior school. The teacher had to pick the best 5 out of the 11 footballers, like the 11 aside, like the school team. He had to pick the best 5 to go and play at Deepdale when it was 3G to play in a 5-a-side comp, and I never got in. I never got in the best 5, and I was like, I was heartbroken.
There you go.
And it was the last week, and it was the last week of school, and it was going to be done, and the first week of the holidays, the 6-week holidays. Yeah. I spent the whole 6 weeks with a Paul Gascoigne soccer skills book on the back street, going through every page, the skills, and I practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And when I came back, my first year of high school, I got scouted for Blackburn Rovers. I was 100 times a better player because I wanted it more, because I was so angry that I didn't get picked. And I don't think I'd have ever made it as a footballer if I wouldn't have had that.
And we can't get a better example than that.
No,
that's what they're missing out on.
You won't have it nowadays.
No, that's what people miss out on.
Yeah.
And my boy had a tournament the other week, and then he fucking talked about that tournament. He's never played a tournament before. Right, yeah.
They were the best days as a kid then.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So he's got my name, says proper fucking chavvy, right? He's Marc White Jr., right, yeah? And I call him Mark Berbatov. He's like Berbatov, right? Yeah. He'd never played a tournament. He literally woke, 4 days before he started saying, like, what am I going to eat on the day of the tournament, right? He's only 6, right? And he says to his mum, he said, like, I want ham on toast that day. Right, he'd been on YouTube looking at what people eat right before football matches. He's 6. He's got his first tournament. There's 9 teams in it. Yeah, as it goes, he's ended up top goal scorer in this competition. Right, he runs through brick walls. This boy, but they're winning the tournament, and then they've got to rotate the team. They've got to rotate it so
so everyone gets in it.
Right, so they're playing the best teams, and then they've got to rotate it, and then he got beat. He was fucking fuming.
Yeah.
But this is a big deal, and it'll change one day. One day, all this modern bollocks will go, but everything goes backwards. Everything does. Everything has cycles. One day, it'll be totally fine to keep score under sevens and say, we lost 6-0 because we weren't quite as good as them, but how can we be a bit better? And how can and all them? That's the things you take with you. That's what I believe in.
We used to go to them tournaments in Blackpool, stay in a shithole B&B, but we had a class team. We'd be up till 2 a.m. because our coach was on karaoke, pissed up for all the parents. But we had a mint team, so we'd always be in the final. But one day, we were all starving, but we knew we had the semi coming up. So my dad was like, let's just get a burger before the semi-final. So we all had a burger. We was the best team by miles, and we got beat with shit. So, if I'm shit on a Saturday now at 33, my dad will ring me and say, bit of a burger game to that. So you just remember it for every like,
great memories of it. But I always think you should see your peers or your friend or somebody in the same school, the same age, better than you at something. So then you go, oh, I want to be like that. Like I've come third in that race. School sports day. Yeah. All right, 10 of you have raced. Who won? Nobody won. You all won. Come and get a medal. Yeah. What a load of crap.
Yeah.
What, who's to say that person who comes last doesn't go, I really want to be the fastest in that school, and then works hard, and they might overtake them in years to come and be flipping Olympic champion because they had that
the
loss.
one who's last, so he's proper shit.
Well, maybe not. More who's second to last. But do you know what I mean? Like,
it's
got
transferable.
to have that.
It's transferable to education, business,
anything.
All of it, like personal life, and that is why now, obviously, you get a lot of weak people.
Do you not think that's contributing to mental health?
100%. Of course it is.
Let's not go down this one.
No, but people have got to be able to cope with adversity, haven't they?
Yeah, 100%.
And when they never go through it from such a young age, they don't then build building blocks to be able to go, all right, well, I've had this bit of shit news, or I've had this shit day, I can get over it.
Yeah, I've had this challenge, I've learned a mechanism.
It's fine. It's a coping mechanism. They never get them blocks to be able to cope with stuff.
It's blurred the lines of it, the mental health, there's obviously serious cases, and it's all blurred the lines. It's become this massive, broad area.
Soft asses.
Yeah, and so no sort of completely understand there's people out there with significant issues. There always has been, but also, if we're being frank, there's also a whole wealth of people that just haven't got that resilience that you maybe need. And the youngsters coming through, you do fear a little bit. You hope they have a dad or someone or a mum or someone that gives them, instills that stuff in them. Do you know what I mean? Because society won't, because it is literally full of fucking fannies. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. And I hate reading what fannies put.
Your under sevens team.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Yeah, what advice, or what are you going to do if the other team's parents don't like how you're doing it?
Well, I would just run it in a way that where we're just always going to try and win. And the boys are gonna be the best versions of themselves, but they're gonna know that if we win, we're gonna fucking celebrate, and if we lose, we're gonna be disappointed and talk about that, and we're gonna find a way to win next week. Do you know what I mean? There's not gonna be
as a parent, I'd be happy with that.
Because there's nothing.
But I know my kid's gonna be decent at it.
But there's nothing wrong with winning. There's nothing wrong with learning to win.
Yeah.
And accepting losing.
Yeah.
It's no good, this middle ground where there's no winning and no losing, and everyone's a winner and everyone's a loser. What? No. There's nothing wrong in winning.
Fuck's sake.
So where's the next 10 years look?
Well, we need to survive this season. It's for anyone that looks at the National League table, there's 10 clubs
within about 3 points, 4 points.
Crazy. And there's 10 games to go.
Some big clubs as well, isn't there?
Big clubs, mate. Big clubs, legacy clubs.
But
in there.
But I think York are down there, and think how big York are.
Yeah, York City.
I remember scoring a league goal against York when they were in the league.
Yeah, York kiddie. I mean, but it changes every week. Yeah, it's mental. Some big old clubs in there, well-established club, Woking, they're down there, been 100 years in that league.
Weren't they third last year or something?
Yeah, it's a tough league.
Woking, yeah.
Yeah, tough league.
Obviously not been working hard enough.
Fuck me.
But yeah, I mean, if I want to stay in there this year and then, you know, take my learns into how we plan for next season.
Yeah.
I'm definitely developing learns quickly. I've learned a lot from the managers in this league. I listen and talk to and you know, take on board everything I hear from people. I do like looking up to people, even if I think I've got strengths they've not got. I'm not really fucking bothered about that, but I do like to listen and try and learn.
Who's the best manager you've come across?
I like Paul Cook.
I was going to say, what voice did he use for you?
I like Cookie. Yeah, many.
Yeah, you mentioned that before, hasn't
Have you
you?
seen that one of the fingers? Someone's put, when your kettle's almost boiled and he's an interview after the dog, he goes, it's brilliant.
But he's a good man, but it's like...
Where's he at now?
Chesterfield.
Oh,
Yeah, Chesterfield.
Yeah.
But you just get these...
He's managed higher level though, Wigan and stuff like that. Yeah.
The first day I met him, we played him first game of the season year before, and he said, "Hello, Mark." Blah blah blah. I said, "Oh, mate, what a fucking journey! What a journey!" He said, "Mark," he said, "just to let you know," he goes, "This level, recruitment's 9/10 of the law. Get it wrong, you're fucked." Right? And I thought, yeah, took it on board, and what, like any good advice you get, at the time you might go, "Okay, I heard it." And 9 months later, again, he was fucking right, that Paul. And you're starting to think, yeah, he's right. I've given an 18-month deal to this bloke. I didn't do this, didn't do that. And so, yeah, he's great. But loads of I speak to quite a few of the managers in this league. They've been around there. This league, mate, is fucking...
They reckon it's the hardest league to get out of.
Mate, I'm talking, in the bottom 7, I'm the only manager still there. Everyone else have been sacked.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Like you can't sack yourself.
Yeah. You've got Phil Brown's at Kiddie.
Yeah.
Right,
That's mental.
Right, Kev Phillips, Hartlepool, England striker, Kev.
Yeah.
You know, Mickey Mellon's at Oldham now. You know, it's just a who's who of old football managers in this division. And I fucking love it. I'm up against Cookie last week, and I love it. And I must admit, and I like I said, I never talk about it because I don't want to feel like, you know, people would be sympathetic, but I sometimes finish a game and think, I wish I could do what he does every week.
Yeah.
I wish I could be a manager like him every day of the week. Because I'm not. I'm not a manager every day of the week. But if I didn't do what I do, the club wouldn't be where it is. So it's this real yin-yang fucking scenario.
What's your tipple after the game when you invite him in? Do you invite the other manager in to have a drink with you?
We haven't really got any fucking facilities, barely. I'll be honest with you, we're pretty shit at that in terms of like that manager bit at the end of the game. Because you're right, at this level, I never even knew it.
Yeah.
I remember someone at Oldham, whoever it was, the gaffer was like, "Have a beer after the game." I said to my assistant, he wants to get on the fucking smash. And then I realised it's just what happens. Yeah?
Come into my office, we'll have a beer, talk about it, and then jump back on the bus.
When I went in Phil's office at Kiddie, and he fucking, all he had was just like red wine on the fucking, it's like red wine and a fucking diary on the wall, a calendar on the wall. That was it. Yeah, that's the thing.
John and Burton used to go and meet the other team's manager, and we'd be on the bus for like an hour and a half. They'd come back on steaming. I was like, fucking dicks.
Waiting for you.
Full on dicks, what you doing?
Yeah.
So what does it look like then? Hopefully stay in this league, and then like I think the dream is...
Yeah, just to try and get out of it. Yeah, I'd love to get to Wembley. Like that, I'd love to get to Wembley in some capacity. I feel like in terms of like completing a story, trying to get the club there.
So that's the playoffs either in the National League or the FA Vars, isn't it?
Yeah, trophy.
FA
Yeah.
Vars.
Yeah. Is that years ago?
That's the lower level one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, trophy or the player final. Yeah, the players. Listen, our best side, it's turned over. Fuck me, it's turned over loads of in fact, it's turned over way more teams in the top half than the bottom half. And I feel like I could definitely, with a fair win, build a team that could comfortably get in the playoffs. There's teams in there now that are punching up Halifax, that got small budgets and doing a great job in that. And so I think you can easily get there. The aim is to get there, try and get to Wembley, maybe try and get in the league above. It's doable. But this season is a fucking a brawl. It's a street fight of these clubs. It's unbelievable. No one's safe, literally.
Well, I'll definitely be watching out the results from now on.
Class. I always do.
Unbelievable journey. Like I say, 12 promotions in 23 years. And a manager who's been there the whole way through. Manager, owner, chairman, scout, agent, for
Yeah.
everything you to
Yeah.
that club.
Uses his holidays at work to have a week of being a manager. Not holidays.
It's
but,
true though.
you know what I
It
mean?
was like that.
Yeah.
That is the bottom line. I wouldn't normally say that, but I just thought, sometimes you don't do yourself a service. Do you know what I mean? People just think I literally don't get the time I want to get. So that's where we are. If I didn't do the things I do for the club behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate it.
No worries. Who have you got Saturday?
Away at Maidenhead, who obviously are a point ahead of us.
Yeah.
So it's another
Big
big game.
Come on then.
Then we're away at Southend on the Tuesday. Who they're 4 points away. It's fucking every
big
game.
games.
And it's annoying because, but having said it, my theory is sort of like I look at Sutton in the league above, and they're like chasing one team, and I kind of feel like, well, do you know what? If you're chasing 10, you're never out of it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Either way, if you win a few games, you're still in it, and if you lose a few games, you're still in it. So I think it's going to go to the wire. We got like what looks like tough games on paper, but that don't faze us, to be honest. And everyone knows that. Like, we can play big clubs and probably more likely to turn them over. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a mentality. I don't know, but yeah. So watch this space.
It's that fighting the dog, innit?
Yeah.
When it's a Dorking versus a Chesterfield.
Yeah.
It's that mentality.
I didn't sleep all week.
Yeah.
I did not. We got beat. Not by our rivals. Ebbsfleet, it was, that done us 4-1. They're the team we beat in the playoff with the flare coming on, the 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And we played them because they got promoted the year after. We played them, we got beat 4-1. It's a 6-pointer. We had a player sent off, it fucked us. And everyone was like, fuck me, that's it. Dorking are doomed, Dorking are done. And I thought, right, week off work. I got up 4:30 every day, drove to Starbucks. I got a service station that's 24 hours. Get a coffee every day, and all I thought about all week was beating them. And I convinced the players we're going to beat them mentally, strategically, every fucking way. And at the end of the game, I was fucking exhausted. Fucking hell.
I was going to say, how did it feel when it was actually coming?
Yeah, brilliant. I'll be honest, I just felt like I can do this.
What were you doing at 4:30 in the morning, though?
I just get up.
Thinking about it?
Yeah, thinking about it, yeah. Non-stop. I'll wake up, I'll put my laptop on, look at different clips. I think, you know what? I'll just watch a clip of that Berry who plays left of their front three, and I'll just see whether he's suited to this player. I was just looking at every bit of detail I could all week, all fucking week.
So you'd never think that of him from the outside, would you?
No.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
So, yeah, and it was. That's a good point. And then when it was done on the Sunday, I'm like, I fucking wish I could do this the whole time in that level.
Yeah.
Which is what these guys get to do every day of the week. And listen, that's fair play. They're professional football managers. So, if we can stay in the league,
absolutely draining though, wouldn't it? That would be.
Yeah.
That would be draining.
Yeah. If we can stay in the league, then my thing is that I'll hopefully put enough learns in place that next season we're just off and gone like we normally are. We don't normally hang about in the lower regions for more than 2 seasons. We was in the county leagues, like the Northwest Counties up here, innit? Yeah, Padihams and all that, you know.
Yeah, Padiham.
We was in one of those leagues once for 4 years. And so although we've had one promotion every 2 years, like we had a 4-year period where we just couldn't figure it out. So not many people know that either because our fans weren't around then. So I've been here before where I've had a little bit of a challenge or two, but just not as publicly, not in the public eye. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, good luck, mate.
Cheers,
Absolute
boys.
pleasure having
Unreal.
you in.
I enjoyed that so much.
Class to have
Marc
you.
White.
Yeah, cheers, boys.